welcome to our Impact Talks. Today, we have with us Mr. Paresh, who is a business leader having more than 3 decades of experience in business development, project management, strategic alliance, general management, and human resource management, as he's also one of the founding members of the SAR Group, having a diversified business interest. Currently, he's the board member of SAR Group companies, namely Livguard Energy Technologies, Livpure Pvt Limited, and a few more, etc. To start this interaction, I'm very excited to be asking you a certain questions and intrigued towards this. What does SAR Group does in general? So, if you could tell us about your professional journey at SAR Group.
So SAR Group is a first generation enterprise, promoted by Mr. Rakesh Malhotra, which started in 1988. With a clear vision to, create access to electricity as one of the key agenda to start with. The first venture in 1988, which started, was Luminous Power Technology, which is a household brand name in power backup in the country and, in power deficit countries across the globe. Through that organization, we grew over the period of time, and in 2011, we divested that business to Schneider Electric, a French multinational, and we divested in 2011, and in 2017 we exited fully. Then the version 2 of SAR Group started in 2012, where we have 3 major focus businesses. One is Livpure, which is into health and wellness space, where we make water purifiers, air purifiers, and a lot of smart appliances, which would help people live a healthier and life, basically. So that was the purpose of Livpure. Then we have one business which is Livguard Energy, which is focused into, again, energy storage space, giving different solutions for home and home office and industrial application, and is the purpose of this business. And the third vertical, which we started very recently, about a year ago, which is into electric vehicle space, which is called Lectrix, where we make two-wheeler and three-wheeler electric vehicles, and the purpose is towards a greener world and environmental. So if you look at all our businesses, they are typically focused with a purpose towards humanity and for a better world. This is briefly where the SAR Group is. As far as my journey is concerned, I'm an engineer by qualification, and I had a small stint in Thermax when I started my career for about one year before I joined this group in 1992. That time we were a very small setup, and I joined as a sales engineer in this year. Then as we move along, I took over various responsibility, both on business development, project management, human resources, and multiple, always, because that was an advantage when you have a startup, you have less resources. So the advantage is that you get an opportunity to multi-hat and, learn various aspects of business, not only the sales and marketing. So I got that opportunity to get exposed to all space of businesses through various roles over the period of time. In the version 2, I started as a CEO with the Cleantech Ventures, which is this EV startup, and we have a biomass pellet business, which is in Cleantech space, and being the CHRO of the group. And in 2020, as during this journey, we had a charitable trust which started in 2007-8, and I was involved there as a volunteer from the beginning, which was been founded by the promoters of the group. So I took up a much bigger role in the trust. I joined as a trustee, and being a managing trustee, I started managing those trusts. So that was a journey which started in 2014 actually. And at a particular time, I thought to, concentrate more towards, giving rather than taking. So in 2020, I hanged my boot out of my executive responsibility of the group. So, and continue to spend my time on the charitable trust more. And so currently I am a board member in all three group companies of SAR Group. And but most of my time I spend on managing the charitable trust activity, and at a board level I also lead the CSR committees of the group companies. So that is my current role in the group.
Great, sir. What a gradual and interesting and a very gradually increasing, but also an impactful journey. What are the core areas of work for SAR Group? Like, what would be your recommendation for a social impact organization that want to work with SAR Group?
At the charitable trust level, we are focusing on 4 areas, 3 areas in the charitable trust. Then we have one foundation called Livpure Foundation. So one is primary education, then primary healthcare, and livelihood. There are 3 thematic areas which we are focusing on. And in Livpure Foundation, we are focused on providing safe drinking water as one of the key things. So, see, our interest for partnering with us, that we are interested in, impactful models which are sustainable and scalable. These are the 3 words which are very key to us. And that has been our philosophy, even, doing our business. If you look at our business, all are having a purpose, all are, not, fly by night operator kind of and opportunistic, rather than, creating right kind of base for sustainability and scalability. So that was the whole idea of how we look at projects, which are. And also, see, we always like to take that initiative to partner with these kind of projects, which we can showcase the impact and the sustainability with an opportunity, which has the problem statement should be such that it has a large opportunity in the space, so that it can be scaled. So our approach have been that we work with such projects in all these 4 areas, and as we see, they are shown their impact and also sustainability. Then we always want to take them to the next level by inviting co-founders while we don't exit the project.
Couldn't agree more with you when you talked about sustainability, scalability, scalability, and also partnerships. Partnerships is an entire separate goal under the Sustainable Development Goals as well. So on that note, sir, I would want to take it to a different note. My next question to you would be, how, according to you, the COVID-19 changed the social impact in India?
See, this was a very, unexpected and sad impact which has happened during COVID. And there became a huge requirement of supporting, livelihood, supporting health. And unfortunately, the people, with restriction, people cannot work on the ground. This was another challenge. And third challenge was that, the organization which work on the ground, which is the social sector, they were very badly affected by non-funding. Because most of the projects they were doing, they go went into a halt because of no activity on the ground. And the funding also got stopped. And that created another problem with them, that for their survival. And when an organization is not surviving, how is going to support such a large demand? So it actually opened up a very different scenario in the whole sector. Not only social but also corporate. Entire sector has seen something, and everybody was brought into some kind of thought processes that how you can sustain your life if something like this attack. We didn't want to stop funding, though the projects were stopped with our partners. We wanted them to survive through this phase, so that there was no job loss, nothing. And also tweaked all our programs towards supporting the emergency rather than looking at the projects. So be it feeding people or supporting with medical help. More than that, a very large family in the group, your employees, your partners. At that point of time, we had 3,500 employees. So 3,500 families are, connected with you. And then you have, some 2,000 partners, dealer, distributor, their families. So we extended a very different program. We extended a program of medical support, whether it is oxygen cylinders or medicines, and we created hub and we created all. Then we bring in a panel of doctors on the board to help, advising people when they have issues. Then so there are a lot of these interventions we did. Also, we did a vaccination drive for all our employees, and moreover, it is all about, that is the time you need to show the world how compassionate you are, at the end of the day. So, and as an organization, we have ensured there is no job loss in the group for those 2 years, even for poor performance or whatever. So these are few things we did. And I think there are a lot of organizations which are very forward-looking, had supported this cause by supporting the people who are on the ground, and they were going, out of livelihood. So I have, this is a discussion. I don't come from social sector background. I come from absolute, corporate, business side background. Why I am here is, the question is that you have where my heart is actually. So it is a heart and mind game, where the first and foremost thing is that you have to have right intention to come to this sector actually. What are your purpose of life? This is very important. Nobody asks this question to yourself. And to young professional, I would like to advise to hear to the voice of their heart. That is very important. If you have heard that what is happening around you, and you hear how you feel about all of this, then, and that is the drive which you can move into this sector and be successful. The success doesn't come by only learning different techniques or different tools and apply them. It is about with what focus and what intention you are moving towards that mission. And that comes from when you feel for it actually. In India, this is very, very clear. All of us who are brought up right from the beginning, from the childhood, you are always taught of sharing, taught of all of this, unlike Western world. So this is there with everybody, actually, every human being. This is there. We need to only, listen to it sometimes and try to put your mind. And my second advice to young generation is that there are a lot of things to contribute to this sector. This sector is under development currently. This sector is not matured as the corporate sector. The corporate sector 20-30 years back, what was the situation? The same situation is with the social sector. So it is catching up now. It is catching up now. So the thing is that how this sector can develop more capacity and better when people from there is cross section of people come to build it, and that's what is happening of late. If you look at, I just did a course in out of for my learning. I did a leadership course in India Leaders for Social Sector, which gave me a lot of insight on and this program was totally designed for people who are from corporate sector, want to move over to the sector. And so let to broadly put it this way, the people who have been traditionally in this social sector has always heard the call of their heart. That's why they went into that sector, whether it was less paying, not very attractive, all of this. And the corporate sector, always puts his mind to everything, the process, the models, the numbers, the accountability, other aspect of it actually, So when when this heart and mind comes together into that sector, the sector is bound to improve and grow to deliver more on the whole thing. So my recommendation to young leaders is that don't think that you are not from the sector, so you cannot provide any real positive impact. There is a lot of need, not only from improvement of process, improvement, but even at the same time, at the same breath as business is catching up with digitization, the social sector is catching up with digitization. So it is, at the end of the day, both are same, where in one place you are putting your investment to earn profits as an outcome, and in one place you are putting your money to see impact as an outcome. This is how, but for me, both are same. And as we always know that if you put your mind where your heart is, you will succeed, no doubt. So that's true, whichever sector you are. So
Thank you so for that answer. I think it does make me also feel very relatable to what you said. The heart wants what it wants, or like things that have been like really, really prevalent always is do what you love and love what you do. We have heard this so many times over the years of our life, but also with a very strong message that it's not just important that you should be from a social sector background to be able to create impact. So with that message, I'd like to move on to my next and the last question for the discussion, which is that what is your vision for SAR Group in the next 5 years?
In SAR Group, as far as the charitable trust and our CSR initiatives are concerned, frankly speaking, we were new student to this starting 2014, trying to understand what we can do, and there are a lot of learnings and a lot of things happened during all these last whatever 7-8 years. Now we are all set up for the version 2 of the initiative. So as I explained you, we have already done a lot of projects which are ready to scale. So we are now looking at scaling them up through our own funding and also bringing in co-funders. till now, the group has been always, we never did any fundraising. We always used our fund. But now for this growth, we are inviting and we are, going for co-funding to take them forward. So as we speak, we have at least 3 projects I can see which are ready to scale, and we are looking at scaling them up. And at the same time, also, we have tweaked slightly, to look at direct impact at the ground level and systematic impact. So we started some initiative in the systematic impact space where the results are very long term, but sustainable and impactful. So one such intervention we have started with Pratham in Delhi municipal schools. As far as our vision is concerned, going forward for next 5 years, rather the mission, 5 years cannot be vision, it is mission. The mission is more to, scale all of these impact together. And we have a very clear focus of, at least multiplying 5 times our impact in next 5 years. So that has been our mission we are working towards, both through our own funding or by influencing funding and creating new such projects which are, impactful, sustainable and scalable. So that is where we are looking at for next 3 to 5 years. My message is again that, listen to your heart sometimes, and also, for sake of that, do something where you can impact people's life.
With what my learning from today's conversation has been will be to contribute to the impact sector with my heart, with the perseverance, and no contribution is small or big. Every contribution counts. With that, I'd like to close the conversation for today. Thank you so much for coming out and taking your time out for us, sir. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.